everyone, Paul Richmond here. Welcome to lesson number 29 in our Learn to Draw in 30 Days video series. I can't believe we're so close to the end. Can't we just keep going forever? Well, I suppose you could. You could just keep rewatching these videos, but you might get sick of me after a while. Anyway, today we're going to have a lot of fun drawing animals. So I don't want to waste too much time talking. Let's dive right into it. Sharpen your pencils. Get some paper, and let's go. All right, here's our model for today, this beautiful buck. Let's get started. I'm going to break it down into basic shapes, like always. Start with a little shape for the head, kind of a triangular shape, I suppose. I'm going to try to get this down quickly enough so that there's some time to do some shading today. I love the way the light is falling across him. All right, there's the neck. Big shape for the body. Keep it nice and loose. I know we've drawn animals before in this class, but we thought it would be good to do one more round. Now that you have learned so many different techniques, you can incorporate all of those into this drawing and see how it turns out. And feel free, if you would prefer to do it as a pen and ink drawing, or if you want to try charcoal or any of the other techniques that we've done together, go for it. All right, this ear is bigger because it's a little bit closer to us, so there's some perspective coming into it. Looking at the shape of this negative space, I think that ear needs to point up a little more. It's always okay to make adjustments, remember. Just because we're on lesson 29 doesn't mean that now you are magically going to be perfect. Been drawing for a long time, and I am far from perfect myself, so. But you might be better at spotting what's wrong and figuring out how to adjust it. That is the thing that improves over time. It's not that you're always going to draw everything perfectly, but I think you do get better with more practice at being able to identify the issues, or not being afraid of the issues too. That's a big part of it also. Looking to see where that leg aligns, the front leg. It's a little bit to the left of here, so that looks about right. And in this photo, we don't get to see the bottoms of the legs, so I'm just going to let it sort of fade at the bottom here. This one's kind of angling back. Look at the shape of the negative space in between the legs. That can help. A little bump in the back is about right here. And this leg needs to be right under that, so I think I need to scooch you over just a smidge. There we go. See, when your drawing is so loose and sketchy like this, it's so easy to make those tweaks. You don't feel locked into anything. I know it's very tempting to jump right to details. I fight that temptation too, but it does tend to work out better if you start loose. All right, so looking at the negative space down here below the body and between the legs. There we go. This comes down, over. The legs definitely taper as they go down. Put that little deer butt in there. There we go. Okay. And down. All right, looking at the overall shapes, I think they look pretty good. I'm going to just draw a few lines on the inside, kind of where those shadows are. Remember when we did the drawings where we drew the shadow shapes? That is always a helpful way to just kind of double check, make sure things are in the right spot. Gives you more interior lines to draw to help with the construction of the form. Plus, then it becomes very helpful when it is time to shade it because you've already given yourself an indication of where those shadows go. Okay, this is all kind of in shadow. All right, eyes really on the sides of the head, like here and here. Big nose, not in an insulting way, just it's bigger than the eyes. That's all I mean. Sorry, dear. And then I'm just going to draw lines right now for the antlers until I know that I've got kind of like I'm drawing almost like a skeleton shape, and then I'll flesh them out. It's beautiful. We used to live up in the forest and we saw deer all the time. All right, so that looks pretty good. Let me just refine a few things and then I'm going to start shading. Get that ear shape in better. Actually draw in the antlers. Now, if you're already at the shading stage, take a look at the photo and ask yourself, where is the light coming from? It's coming from the left. You knew that. I've got to get in all my review questions now because we are almost at the end of this video series. Can you believe it? 30 classes sounded like a lot when we first started, huh? And now you've almost made it to the end. I have very much enjoyed spending this time with all of you drawing together. I hope you've enjoyed it too. I hope it's sort of lit a spark in you that will make you want to keep drawing. By now it's become like a habit. So you don't want to break a habit. Maybe give yourself one day off if you feel like you need it, and then get right back to it. Just doodle, sketch. Doesn't have to be for any specific length of time, but just keeping in practice makes such a difference. All right. I'm pretty happy with this. So let's do a little shading. See, I was using 8B. I guess that's going to be good for shading too. So let me just start by kind of filling in the shadow areas. Just doing that little bit. See how it just starts to make it feel more three-dimensional. Pretty much this whole top of the face is dark. I'll have to go pop out the eyes. Oh, that sounded terrible. I'll have to make the eyes stand out better. But for now, the whole ear is pretty much in shadow. This part of the antler. This part. Little sliver of light on the left side here. You can see that, so make sure you leave room for that in there. Remember to occasionally squint your eyes so that you can see the bigger chunks of value and not get too caught up in all the little details. All right, now I'm going in with kind of a light to middle value for some of those patches of where he gets a little bit darker, but still within the highlight. It's actually just like a change in color of the fur. All right, let me pop out the eye. Worded it that way again. You know what I mean. And do a little bit more shaping. You know, once you kind of suggest where the overall shadow areas are, then you can go in and pull out, you know, more varieties within those areas. So with whatever time you have, push the darks even darker, push the lights even lighter. If you have a lot of time, you could actually cycle through and use all the different pencils, like we demonstrated in one of the classes, starting with the hard leads and then working your way to the softer. I'm just doing everything with the softer lead today so that I can get something done in 10 minutes. But if I had longer, this would be a good one to approach with all the pencils, because there are a lot of great values in here. I know I'm going a little bit over the 10 minutes with some of these final videos here, but it's just because I don't want to give up hanging out with you guys. I'm gonna keep you here as long as I can. There we go. You could also put some value in the background if you wanted to. I'm not going to be able to do that right now, but that would make the highlight areas pop even more. Right. Get a little eyelash. What a cutie. Oh, they're just so gentle. So beautiful. They kind of remind me of our dog. We have a Whippet. Similar, I don't know, similar vibe. Long neck, very sweet, kind of skittish. Alrighty. I think he is just about finished. How are yours coming? You don't have to stop just because I am. If you're in the zone, keep on going. But here's mine. I love drawing animals. I hope you enjoyed it too. Keep practicing. Share your artwork with us in the Art Makes Us Facebook group. We'd love to see what you've been up to. And tomorrow, in our final class, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, we're going to be talking about keeping a sketchbook. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.